Lashley hits his spear on EC3, but Eddie Edwards said, let's roll the dice. Let's do this for the world title tonight, live on Impact.
Well, here we go.
Tornado style. Again, one fall to a finish. In matches like this, we have talked many times about eliminating one of your opponents. Get him out of the ring so you can focus on just one man. Turn it into a one-on-one match if possible.
And a lot of times during these matchups, oftentimes a competitor will try to get out the weakest link. I don't know if you can call any man in this matchup a weak link, but certainly that's going to be the game plan of one, if not all of them.
Remember how Eddie Edwards became world champion? Lashley had a choice. Lashley picked Eddie Edwards to defend his championship against, and Eddie Edwards shocked the world. Back in October after Bound for Glory. And Eddie Edwards has been a fighting champion ever since.
Take my hats off to Eddie Edwards. He's been that champion. He has been the man, proudly holding that championship and defending it.
Not surprised to see Eddie Edwards and EC3 working together against Lashley.
Well, it kind of goes back to what I was saying prior. I was talking about the weakest link, but obviously EC3, Eddie, they said we're going to take out the strongest guy, the strongest link.
And Lashley now goes up and over, and Lashley spills to the outside. So now we have EC3 and Eddie Edwards inside the ring, and these two will go. They're looking at each other right now. They know they've got Lashley on the outside. World Championship hangs in the balance, and instead, EC3 and Eddie Edwards say, let's continue to work together against the unstoppable juggernaut of force, Lashley.
Yeah, and this is not because both men are looking to get a tag team pinfall. It's simply because they want to make sure the big man stays down and they can go in the ring, they being EC3 and Eddie Edwards, and they can have a mano contest.
World Championship hangs in the balance. On the first Impact of 2017, a new beginning. Will we have a new champion? And Eddie Edwards, oh, what a chop!
That'll take the wind out of any man's sail.
And EC3 wants to turn here, almost like a dream team working together. EC3 and Eddie Edwards. Oh! But only one man can leave tonight as world champion.
Well, take it from Pope, being in the ring and getting those chops delivered. They sting, they will knock the wind out of your sails, but as well, it'll piss off a guy. So they better make sure, case in point.
Lashley now trying to get back into this matchup here against EC3 and Eddie Edwards, and three men who were at the forefront of Impact Wrestling in 2016. Three men who made headlines last year, looking to continue to make headlines here tonight, looking to leave as champion, and again, Lashley can't get in the fight.
Yeah, and now this might be the opportunity.
Who will leave as world champion? EC3 and Eddie Edwards staring each other down in the center of the ring. Our match continues after this. This is our main event for the World Championship. Triple threat match, Eddie Edwards the champion. EC3, one of his challengers. The other challenger is Lashley down on the outside. Lashley has been kept at bay, kept at a distance by EC3 in the silver trunks and the world champion.
Yeah, Eddie Edwards, EC3, they finally felt they did enough to keep Lashley down, but I think we're witnessing right now. Ooh. Lashley keeps trying to get back in the ring, get in the action, and they keep putting Lashley down on the outside.
Nice deep arm drag there by Eddie Edwards. We have taken our final commercial break. We are with you for the duration of this championship match, and we mean that. This is an extended episode of Impact. I'm sure that you all already set your DVRs to record an extra 10 minutes as we wait to find out who will leave tonight as world champion. Eddie Edwards has his eyes on Lashley. How wise is it to keep your head on a swivel in a match like this?
Well, it's very wise, and that swivel, if you will, is on Lashley. They want to make sure they keep Lashley out of this matchup as long as possible.
Standing switch after standing switch here by Eddie Edwards and EC3. Eddie now trying to make it to the rope here. EC3 will be forced to break this waist block, and here comes Lashley, and oh my!
A double German suplex by Lashley.
He just threw two grown men over his head, and Lashley has reintroduced himself in this championship match.
in a very bad way. Look at this. Look at the strength of the tank that moves like a race car. Man.
Lashley had his choice. He went after EC3 first. He looked over at Eddie Edwards, but saw that Eddie was still down and can inflict more pain and punishment to Ethan Carter III.
You can see it on Lashley's face. He feels very disrespected by all that has been done to try to keep him out of this matchup. And now that he's in it, he's delivering now some punishment.
The Lashley that we saw in 2016 looks to carry over here. A man who doesn't care if you like him. All Lashley wants to do is compete and win.
Well, he's winning right now, if you ask Hope. He has brought some hurt. He has brought some pain to both EC3 and Eddie Edwards.
Trying to take the oxygen away from EC3. You can see him in the center of the ring as he rolls to the side there, trying to get a deep breath as the champion, Eddie Edwards, all the blood rushing to his head. And Eddie Edwards has no idea when Lashley will deliver that suplex.
So strong, so sturdy is Lashley. Oftentimes, that'll be the moment I refer to Gordon solely, but man, it stings, it hurts, it knocks the wind whenever Lashley...
Whoa. Lashley is, he just pulled the turnbuckle pad off the six-sided ring, exposed steel there as EC3 got caught, and a neckbreaker by Lashley.
You gotta wonder what Lashley has in mind that he went over there and removed that turnbuckle.
Lashley's in control of this match here.
He's doing it again to the second turnbuckle.
Just ripped it off with one hand.
Hey, come on, even though you can't do that, let's go.
Referee Brian Hebner trying to control Lashley. Good luck with that. Lashley had a real issue with officials in 2016. Oh!
Those turnbuckles being disposed is a real issue right now
Just
for every
pulled
competitor.
that Anthem turnbuckle right off the middle rope there. And now look at this. Oh!
Nice back elbow there by Lashley, showing his MMA background, quick strikes.
We've asked the question. No one has been able to figure out the combination to Lashley other than Eddie Edwards. There's something about Eddie Edwards that just baffles Lashley.
Nice insecurity there.
EC3 follows it up with one of his own. Not sure he connected with all of it, but enough to get Lashley down to one knee.
I believe both men are going to go back to that game plan again.
They tried this earlier. And now EC3 and Eddie Edwards have Lashley up. And now Lashley suffers the delayed vertical suplex.
That should keep the big man down momentarily. But what does Eddie do? What does EC3 do at this moment in time?
The World Championship is on the line. It's one fall to a finish. Who will leave as champion as Eddie Edwards and EC3? Challenging each other here. They were working together throughout this match.
You better remember Lashley is... And now he's down.
Only one winner. Only one man can leave tonight as world champion is EC3 now. Looking for the 1%er on Eddie Edwards. Oh!
Eddie's picking up the steam.
And Eddie Edwards, he's in control right now of EC3. You can see him peeking just a little bit to make sure that Lashley's still down. The chest of EC3, beet red. Oh!
See those chops, those rapid fire chops that Eddie learned over in Japan.
They just wore EC3 out. Oh! EC3 somehow gets the boot up, somehow trying to get back into this one. Big drop kick there.
Nice maneuver there by EC3. Not too often we see him fly from the turnbuckle with a drop kick.
And the World Championship is on the line. You do everything you can, and now EC3 looking for a German suplex. Eddie lands on his feet. EC3 misses wildly, and the world champion with a blue thunder bomb. Shoulders down, and Lashley breaks it up at 2.5.
Wow, split-second save there by Lashley.
And look at Lashley.
Gut wrench.
He's got Eddie Edwards hooked. Oh!
And the dominator by Lashley.
And again, Lashley, once he gets involved, once he gets back into this match, he is such a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, when is it Lashley changing the game?
And EC3!
He caught him!
Lashley.
EC3 could possibly go for a cover here.
EC3 looking up at the world champion to see where he is in this match with Lashley down. And here comes EC3. You think about when you're going to go for a cover and you realize, I got to see what the other guy is doing. Covers in these matches are so important and few and far between.
Yeah, but go for it every chance you get. Yeah, let your opponent exert energy, waste his breath, make them work to stop you from winning. Go for that cover.
Great point. And now EC3, he's got Eddie Edwards up, and here comes Lashley. Lashley may have EC3 and Eddie Edwards right where he wants him. Look at this. Look at this out of the turnbuckle.
Electric chair, top rope superplex.
And Lashley delivers big time.
2 for 1.
Credit the assist to EC3. Just look at these three men, these three warriors in the prime of their careers.
Lashley's going into that position.
Lashley sizing up EC3. Got caught. EC3 fired away with a desperate elbow. Eddie Edwards connects.
Nice long blower there by Eddie, followed by the high knee from EC3.
Running knee by EC3, and now EC3 turns his attention to Lashley. No rest for the wicked. Lashley misses EC3. Nice throw there.
EC3 just tossed Lashley like a sack of potatoes.
And now looking for the 1%er on Lashley. These two know each other so well. And here comes Eddie Edwards. Eddie was successful in breaking up the 1%er by EC3 momentarily. And now, got him with the TK3.
That might be it.
He's got Lashley turned over, shoulders down, new champion, and Lashley kicks out.
So close that was.
What a match for the world title that you are witnessing live. Who will get to their feet first? It looks like it's going to be EC3 in the center of the ring. Eddie Edwards right behind him.
Look at all competitors. Look at how their mouths are hanging open, breathing.
This has been a war.
Oh, yeah, man. It's getting to that point.
And Eddie Edwards catches EC3 right in the temple.
Eddie looking for the chin checker.
EC3's able to hang on. EC3's got Eddie Edwards. He's got him locked up. EC3 is looking to become world champion. Lashley with the spear into the exposed steel.
Yeah, but who took the worst of it?
EC3's down on the outside of the ring. His back went right into that exposed steel. Lashley sends Eddie Edwards to the outside of the ring.
Well, Lashley's just feeling himself right now, because if I was Lashley, I would have kept both of them in there and pinned them. At least try to.
Well, EC3 fell to the outside after he went into the steel, the exposed steel back first. And now Lashley going after EC3!
That's what it was, another spear on the floor. Lashley wanted to do more damage.
Take EC3 out once and for all. Eddie Edwards is back in the ring. Lashley has no idea, and here comes the world champion!
Shot of caffeine by the champ to Lashley. Get him in the ring! Get him in the ring!
Eddie goes after Lashley, the world champion in hot pursuit.
You can feel it! The crowd is standing!
Eddie Edwards off the top rope, lands on his feet, and a spear! A spear by Lashley! A ring-rattling spear by the former three-time world champion!
How great is this action? How great is this main event?
Eddie Edwards rolled to the outside. Eddie Edwards is down. EC3's down, and Lashley is in control.
I talked to Lashley earlier, excuse me. He said I'm going to make, well.
Whoa.
Yep.
Frustration starting to boil over perhaps for Lashley. He just grabbed the world championship. He's got his hands on the championship. Right in front of referee Brian Hebner.
Yeah, and when Lashley gets hot in the head, it seems to always get over.
There's Davey Richards.
He's back.
Davey Richards is back. One half of the Wolves.
Falls in the